Welcome to the Revenge Story Times channel. It had been a quiet evening at home when I first heard the words that would change everything. My wife, Anna, casually dropped the bombshell about a swingers party. She had been talking about it for weeks, asking me if I was okay with her going. I had always brushed it off, assuming it was just a passing curiosity. But as time went on, I realized this wasn't just a phase for her. One night after dinner, I warned her. My voice was serious but calm as I said, "Anna, I don't think this is a good idea. We've been through a lot together, and I don't want to risk losing everything over something like this." She laughed it off, almost dismissively. "It's just a party. Don't be so dramatic. You know, some people just want to explore new things." But I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. It wasn't just about the party, it was everything leading up to it. I had noticed subtle changes in her lately. She seemed distant, more preoccupied with her appearance, and it was clear that something had shifted. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I could feel it. Despite my concerns, she insisted on going. "Trust me," she said, her eyes avoiding mine. "It's just a night out with friends. We're just exploring, that's all." I wanted to believe her, I truly did, but deep down, I knew something was off. Still, I didn't stop her. Maybe I was too afraid to confront the truth. Maybe I was too scared of the idea of her leaving me for good. The night she left, I felt an unsettling emptiness. I couldn't help but replay every conversation in my head, wondering where things had gone wrong. But I forced myself to push those thoughts away, telling myself that everything would be fine. Hours passed, and the silence in our home grew louder. I checked the clock every few minutes, but there was no sign of Anna. I kept telling myself that maybe she was just having fun, letting loose for a change. But deep down, I knew this time was different. It wasn't until almost 3 a.m. that I heard the door creak open. I immediately knew she had come back, but something was off. The usual cheerful energy she carried when she returned from a night out was absent. She didn't say a word as she walked into the living room, her eyes fixed on the ground. Then she saw it, the divorce folder. It was sitting right there on the coffee table, the papers neatly arranged as if I had been preparing for this moment for weeks. In that instant, everything came crashing down. The look on her face was one of sheer disbelief, a mixture of shock and horror. She opened the folder, her trembling hands flipping through the pages. Her breath quickened, and her eyes filled with tears. "What? What is this?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper, shaking with emotion. Is this really happening?" I stood up slowly, walking toward her. The air was thick with tension. I could see her face crumbling, the weight of the situation sinking in. And in that moment, I realized this was it, the end. "I warned you, Anna," I said, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside me. "I told you this could happen. I told you going to that party wasn't just about a night out. You didn't listen. You didn't respect me. And now we're here." She began to sob uncontrollably, her body shaking as she collapsed onto the couch. "Please," she begged, her voice choked with tears. "I didn't mean for it to go this far. I didn't think it would." I sat down beside her, but I couldn't bring myself to comfort her. It was too late for that. "It's over, Anna. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep pretending everything's fine when it's not." Her cries grew louder as she clutched onto me, her words muffled by her tears. But I couldn't be swayed. It wasn't just the party, it was everything, the lies, the distance, the way we had grown apart. She had made her choices, and now I had made mine. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice barely audible. but I didn't respond. The words had lost their meaning. I had already made up my mind. There was no going back.
As she cried into her hands, I knew this was the beginning of something new, something I had feared for so long. Our marriage was over, and all I could do now was let it go. The door had closed on us, and there was no turning back.
Thank you for listening. Until the end, see you in the next episode of Revenge Story Times. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Goodbye.